Hello, everyone. It's really great seeing you today. It's a very exciting day for us today. We have beautiful speakers with us today. If we would all please rise, and Major Mike, will you please come up?
I'd like to give you a brief reminder. If you're a veteran, you have earned the privilege of rendering a hand salute during the national anthem or when pledging allegiance to the flag. So, if you will, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you will, please join me in a moment of silence for those who have given their lives in the service of the armed forces of our republic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been within about the last 10 years for honorably discharged veterans.
And if you would please stand next to the podium by the microphone so everyone at home can hear you. Everyone can hear you here, but in order for the people to hear you at home, you have to speak into the mic. Thank you.
Very good. So for those of you who haven't had the pleasure of meeting me, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, but it's good to see this lovely group. I am Major Mike Sheridan. I am United States Army retired. Don't let the title of chaplain fool you. I am not actual clergy. I am merely the elected chaplain for the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 8328 here in town. I bring the regrets of Carl D. Liberto, who is the commander of the American Legion Post 1009, just down the street from us at the VFW. He's also one of our members at the VFW, but he was unavailable to join us today due to a prior family commitment. He had charged me with the duty of bringing folks up to date on some of the services available for veterans here in Yorktown as provided through the American Legion and or the VFW. And I would summarize it for both organizations by saying the primary role is someone to talk to. Camaraderie, comradeship, lending an ear, and then helping you assess what's the best path for taking care of any needs you may have encountered. Mm-hmm. Referring folks, getting them into the proper channels for any issues they may be encountering. Not a political endorsement. It was entirely fortuitous. Available on the back table is exactly the kind of resource that we would point people to. This one happens to come from the office of Assemblyman Matt Slater, Benefits for Veterans and Their Families, and it does give you a very good capsule overview of the various programs that are available. Veterans, their families, their dependents, at the state and local level, as well as at the federal level.
Very good.
Particularly for the American Legion, what they wanted to point out, and I'll briefly make the distinction between American Legion and VFW. Both civic organizations, veteran-oriented. The American Legion membership requirement is honorable service in the armed forces of the United States during a period of conflict, which is kind of a wide open window. If you think about it, there's
Always conflict.
there's always something going on somewhere, but they do have statutory provisions on when the start and end dates of such things are. Membership in the VFW is the exact same criteria with one additional criteria, and that is service overseas deployed to an area of imminent danger or hazardous duty pay. Any member of the VFW meets the requirements for membership in the American Legion. Not every member of the American Legion also qualifies for the VFW, but we do have any number of members who are members of both organizations. The American Legion specified that they wanted you most to know about every Memorial Day. The American Legion Post is providing flags, and they recruit local scouts from Scouting America or the Girl Scouts to ensure that every Yorktown veteran's grave is decorated with an American flag in remembrance. They were instrumental in the establishment of a Veterans Commemorative Park adjacent to their post, where they have individually inscribed bricks. I have 3 or 4 of my family members on bricks over at their post at their commemorative park. It honors the local veterans with an engraved brick, with the funds being raised being donated back to veteran-related charities. Also, the American Legion renders honors to any deceased veteran when requested by the family or the funeral home. And literally, they do this almost every day of the week. Someone somewhere in Yorktown is being remembered, and the American Legion makes sure that no veteran passing is not noted. They have established an honor flag program where the burial flag of the veteran is flown at the request of the family or friends as a final honor of their service. So if you think about it, the folding of the flag, the playing of taps, that flag, when presented to the next of kin, can fly again on a flagpole directly across from the American Legion. They have a program of rotating the flags in and out, and after it has flown again one more time, come back and re-present it back to the next of kin. It's an excellent program. I highly recommend that. And something that I try to take part in every year over at the American Legion, in February, they honor the 4 chaplains. Now, they actually had a special medal struck just for these 4 chaplains. It's a very moving ceremony that commemorates the sinking of a troop ship called, I believe it was the Dorchester, crossing the North Atlantic, World War II time frame. And when it was torpedoed by a German U-boat and was sinking, they realized that there are not enough life vests. And so the 4 chaplains who happened to be aboard were instrumental in allocating out the life vests that were there, including their own,
Oh, wow.
so that other people could survive. Beautiful, touching ceremony. I strongly recommend it. I'll make sure the American Legion lets you good folks know their scheduling of that. Beautiful ceremony. Over at the VFW, just as context, the roots of the national organization for the veterans of foreign war, they were planted in around 1899 following the Spanish-American War, and they really came together in about 1914, and then our own local post of the Veterans of Foreign War was chartered in 1946. I've already talked about the eligibility, but the key to it for the Veterans of Foreign War is the campaign service. You have served overseas and been awarded a campaign medal. And that's what we tend to focus on in our honors and our ceremonies, is the service, the wartime service of the veterans. Locally, we provide small scholarships or stipends annually for individual members, and yes, we do have college-age members. My son was one of them. But members get a stipend of a certain rate. Descendants, direct descendants of one of our members, sons and daughters or grandchildren, they get a different rate, and it's scaled to whether they are a freshman through senior for education or trade school beyond high school level. Crucial to us is our canteen, and we're very proud of it. You may think of it as a bar. For us, it's technically a canteen. It's a place for the veterans and their invited guests to rub elbows, relax, in a community of people who have been through what they've been through. So when I started earlier and I was saying, you know, sometimes it's just having an ear to bend or a shoulder to lean on or somebody to give you a chuck up under the chin.
Right.
That happens at our canteen daily, roughly starting at about noon, closed on major holidays. Another highlight for our Veterans of Foreign War Post is the close coordination we do with local civic groups for veteran-related programs and activities. And you may think in terms of the VFW and the American Legion, okay, they're always... No, they're our comrades down the street too. And how we work things out is we generally swap years for what we're responsible for. So for the Memorial Day Parade here, that generally starts over here at the Veteran Memorials Circle, and then we start out here and down to the firehouse and around the corner onto Veterans Road. We just swap out who's going to be doing Master of Ceremonies duties and who's going to be doing the parade arrangements.
Sounds good.
But of course, we can't pull off any of those ceremonies without having the folks from the other group there either. So it's a full court, full team effort of all of the veterans. Other local civic groups that we've recently had very good success with is local, what you would probably remember as being called Boy Scout troops. They're not called that in the organization. It's now called Scouting America. But the development of the youth of America in Yorktown, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, Scouting does that particularly well, and one of the things they inculcate in the Scouts is service to the community and a keen appreciation of veterans. And so we help them out as much as we can, but they end up turning around and helping us out. So just at our Veterans of Foreign Wars post, in recent years, 5 Eagle Scout projects where the Scout determined that what they wanted to do to earn Scouting's highest rank is do a service project in support of our VFW post. And the Scouts who come through that program and earn their Eagle Award, that's a great celebration for us. We hope they never, ever become eligible for membership in our organization. God forbid. But if they do, they've really earned their Eagle rank, and they have a fine appreciation of what veterans do. Now, what can we do for you locally? We can point you in the right direction to access resources. We have access to veteran service officers. We have access to correct information, not misinformation, not people making things up, because many people, depending on the whims of any given moment, determine that they're now the internet sleuth in charge of military discipline and or what the Constitution says. We can get you to the proper channels for finding out the actual truth and the benefits and the resources that are available to you. And I'll re-emphasize again, this pamphlet that's on the back table, great resource. They capture it there. And this is the kind of thing that we keep at our posts. If we find a good one that has the correct information, we make sure that everybody in the post knows where that is, and if anybody comes up with a question, point them direct to the correct resource. The Yorktown website, you'll find a link to the Veterans Advisory Board. I also happen to be a member of that. You can put in your question or comment or concern relative to veterans and veteran services in Yorktown. It'll come in through an anonymous email box, and we'll sort it out among the members of the board and figure out the best way to answer it. We've had about 3 or 4 questions in the most recent months. Fairly straightforward, easy to point people to the resources, but more importantly, work people through the issue that they're having and get them into the proper channels. Westchester County now also has a Veterans Advisory Board. But more importantly, they are staffed and resources for a veteran service agency. And if you can find a veteran service agency, the key thing you want to look for is a VSO, a Veteran Service Officer. People who have undergone extensive training through the Veterans Administration, who have access directly into the systems that can get you aligned with your benefits and what you're entitled to. A Veterans Service Officer, VSO. If you're ever encountering any kinds of difficulties in applying for a VA pension, a widow's pension, VA disability, a VSO can get you on the right track again. For medical services in support of veterans, and that's one of the key areas where VSOs come in, and this is also a location where veteran service officers are located. Locally, we have the campus of the Veterans Administration hospitals over in Montrose. I have a primary care doctor over there. I get my vision tested over there. I get my glasses there every year. For more extensive service, it's a drive up to Castle Point, but they'll give you a referral up there. They'll give you a lift up there.
Right.
If you're eligible and your conditions are certified for disability under the Veterans Administration. Also located at Montrose, same entrance, same campus, separate piece of it is the New York State Veterans Home at Montrose.
Right.
If you have a 100% VA disability rating, you have a home. You can be put up there.
Good.
Also, oh, that was the final note that Carl had given me. I want to make sure that I covered all of the notes that Carl said I had to cover. Other things that he said I probably shouldn't cover, but for what we can do for you, the VFW and the American Legion both have buildings that have lovely meeting halls in them. And we have our meeting at the VFW the second Sunday of every month at 1 p.m., 1300 for you veterans, at 1 p.m. the second Sunday, except in a month when it would be stupid to do it on that day, like Mother's Day. We're not crazy. But that hall is available for public rental. The hall down at the American Legion is slightly larger, so depending on how big a event you wish to host, the American Legion may be able to handle a slightly larger one. But over at the VFW, we have a nice intimate area and the availability of a kitchen that you can use to reheat food, and a canteen that opens daily at 12. But if you happen to be at the VFW for an event and you're having a wonderful time in the hall and you manage to step into the canteen and admire the artifacts there, you can also take your event outdoors, because we have a fire pit that was built as an Eagle Scout project, and we have a woodshed that was built as an Eagle Scout project. So available for rental, either the American Legion or the VFW. Name your event, contact our quartermaster, we'll work out a schedule, and I'm pretty sure we could work out something on behalf of, in conjunction with the seniors, we could figure out the friends and family rate for the rental.
Good.
So, what questions do any of you have relative to services available for veterans in the Yorktown area? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, this is more of a, how to say, anyway, it's nice that this is going on, but I have found that young people that are home already can't find other young people to
Associate with.
associate with. So is there a possibility that you have parties for young people at either one? I haven't found any.
Veterans?
Yes,
Veterans who are back?
Veterans.
Not us, but at Westchester County Vet to Vet, and you can get to them through the Westchester County website. Westchester County Vet to Vet, and I believe their director is a member of our VFW post. I don't believe she's a member of the American Legion, but she's from down county. She's a member of our post, but she lives and works down county. But sometimes Westchester County Vet to Vet, if they're doing something in the north end of the county, they rent our hall and they have their event there.
Good.
Some of their stuff is slightly more down county, but I know that they have planned bowling, and they had an outdoor picnic somewhere down south of White Plains. But if anyone else wants to put together a party, and when you said the young folks recently back, we encounter the same problem as does the American Legion for membership. And I'm a prime example. I did not join, I had been living in Yorktown since 1996, and I did not join the VFW or the American Legion until, I don't know, just before 2010.
Oh my God.
Because I was still in the reserves,
Yes.
and I waited until after I retired, but I had a young family, and I had lots of, and most veterans organizations will tell you the same thing. People generally don't join as a member until 20, 25 years after they've gotten out of the service. My son is the counterexample. As soon as he got back from Afghanistan, he was still in the Army out in Fort Lewis, but he joined our post.
Oh, he did. Oh.
And how old is he?
Oh, now he's out of the Army and he's working for the VA up in Albany. He's in his 30s now.
Oh,
he's
I have
old.
a daughter who's in her 40s, so
Oh, we need to talk.
yes. Navy girl.
And she's local here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
We'll talk.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
but young kids is a deceptive term. I mean, it's you can have someone who joins the military at age 17, 18, and they do 20 years, and they're retired from the military. They're still only 38, 39 years old, and to me, that's a young kid.
Yes.
But they still won't join the VFW or the American Legion for another 10, 15 years after that.
Are there any other questions that we have out there?
Yes, ma'am.
One, Jenny, thank you. Excuse me, you did say this, but naturally Maria couldn't hear you. Something regarding the flag that drapes over the casket when a veteran is buried. It flies one more time, you can.
The American Legion has a program that they call the Honor Flag Program.
Well, he's done that.
So every veteran is entitled to a flag of the United States to be draped over their coffin or accompanying the urn until all of the ceremonies have been completed. The folded flag, tri-folded, is presented to the next of kin. That flag, through the American Legion, what they do is a program called the Honor Flag Program. And they'll fly that flag for, at the request of the family or friends, they'll fly it one more time. So it'll spend a week up at the top of the flagpole across from the American Legion, and it's raised with all proper dignity and ceremony and lowered appropriately. But I think that's a wonderful program because the flag that veteran served under, let's let it fly one more time.
Yes.
One more time. And then they fold it back up again and present it back for your own keepsake.
Thank you. And my husband, may he rest in peace, was a veteran, and he did belong to the veteran here, the American Legion, as well as the FARC. So I would go there to request that. Yeah, okay. Because we're members. Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you the contact information for Carl DiLiberto. He's the post commander of the American Legion, and even before he was the post commander, he was instrumental in getting their honor flag program set up.
Yeah, I have that.
And they work out a schedule
Yeah,
because
I have that information. I could give it to
Yeah,
you.
well, let him
Yeah,
give it to me
yeah,
because I'm planning on
Right.
going this evening.
Yeah.
Because they're there on Friday nights.
Carl won't
No,
be there.
Carl's not there.
Yeah, it's also why he's not here today. He had a family commitment.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay, will you kindly give me the information?
We'll
Thank
get you the information
Thank you,
for
sir.
Carl.
I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am, your question,
May I just give them the number for the Westchester Veteran Service Agency?
please.
It's 914-813-5145. So this way.
And that really is a one-stop shop at the Veteran Service Agency. They will get you to a Veteran Service Officer, VSO, if needed. They have any number of other people on staff there who can sort through your routine matters and get you connected to the resources you need as a veteran.
If there are no other questions, I really want to thank you so much. It was very informative.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And I have to say, I was able to take advantage of quite a few of the things from my husband who has passed also. Thank you. Is our supervisor here? Do I see?
He is.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I didn't know whether you had another commitment or you could, all right. All right, well, we could have Jim come up then, if he would, please. Thank you. And I just want to remind everybody, I don't know if anyone brought, last month, we did say to bring things for our veterans, our Army and so forth, so I don't know if we place them in the back, I don't know if there's anything back there, because, you know, we had another organization that collected the St. Patrick's Seniors, so a lot of them come here too. Thank you, Jim. So,
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jim Rathschmidt, co-founder of United of the Troops, along with the director of our A-team, and without Eileen and the rest of our volunteers up at our office, the boxes that you see will not depart that building. So we have so many people that volunteer with us. Aileen has stepped up to be the director, and we're very, very privileged and happy to have her. So thank you very much, Aileen. Very quickly, it started in 2007. Our son with the 82nd Airborne was deployed to Iraq. And when we got his address, we were sending him things that we knew he missed from home. And he got them, and he was sharing them with everybody in his group. But he told us very quickly that there were so many men and women over there that had nothing, whether they didn't have families or their families couldn't afford to ship these items over to it. So when Patty heard that, my wife heard that, the next day she had me and our family outside of supermarkets and delis and churches. And in the first year, we were able to raise enough things. People were giving us items that we were asking for to send over 200 boxes the first time in about 2.5 months. They went directly to Luke in Iraq. He had a big deployment over there. He just so happened to be in the desert for 3 days. And when he came back, and he was in combat, when he came back, all he wanted to do was take a shower and take a nap. And he got back on base, and the sergeant grabbed him, and he said, Rathschmidt, you got a lot of work to do around the back. In his military mind, he said, I've been out of here for 3 days. Why am I in trouble? That's how they relate it. Well, actually, he went around the back, and what was there but the truck with the 200 boxes, and he was able to distribute it on his own. So you can imagine he was high man on the totem pole for a long time. After that, people in our community were saying, are you going to keep doing this? We didn't know what to say, although Patty jumped right on and said, yep, we're going to keep doing this. We became a 501c3. We found a place to do our work. We're presently up in Putnam County at the old Putnam County building there. We've been there 9 years. Wonderful place to do our work. And over the years, it built up, and I'm just going to shoot to 2025. Last week, we sent out our 36,000 box because of you people here and people in our community. I'll just show you quickly what happens. This is what our box is going to look like when it's sealed and sent out, right? This happens to be a food item, all right? There's just food. We used to put, in the beginning, we put Dial soap with Oreo cookies. Well, I don't have to tell you what happened after that. They ate them. They didn't care. But we learned that each military person gets at least 2 boxes. They might get 20 boxes to one person, but they share them with everybody. So this is what the full box looks. It's about 12.
Could we see it here too?
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like this.
Yeah.
It's all full of food items. And then I'm going to show you what happens with this box. So can you see the little red mark here?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, up on top, right.
This red mark here is a kiss, not a stamp, but our friend Mady has kissed over 30,000 of these boxes. And it says sealed with a kiss. When her son was in Afghanistan, she was doing this on her personal boxes. Then she found us, and she came to work with us. And there are times when I go up to the office, and she's kissing these boxes, one after one. And she's got lipstick over here and over here. But what a dedication. And that's what makes United for the Troops work, the dedicated volunteers. I'm going to go through this a little quickly. Can you mind if I put this here? So the next thing is all the cards and letters. All these are made by hand. They're made by 5-year-old kids, 95-year-old men and women that can't get out of the house. we will get in the next, well, from September to November, over 10,000 cards and letters from all over the country. Because of the internet now, we only have one location up in Carmel, New York. But because of the internet and Amazon, we're all over the country, and we get these in the mail all the time. Great things for kids to do for community service. We're in all the schools. They settle down. We have no political affiliation, which works great for us. We only want to bring a little comfort to our troops. So it's not about the war. It's not about politics. All we're doing is putting these things and letting them know that they're thought of. All right. So these cards are in every one of our boxes, and they go on the top, as you saw that. And Eileen, can I show? Oh, you want to? Eileen's going to show you about a little crochet. If anybody crochets here, we need you to do this for us.
A friend of mine, 3 years ago, started making them.
You're going to have to...
The first year she made 100 for us, and I said, wow, that's great, but we send 1,000 boxes out for Defend the Holidays. So 2 years ago, the day after Thanksgiving, she started, and the last 2 years, she herself made 500 stockings for us.
wow.
And we've recruited other crafters, so if anyone wants to, get started with them.
Oh,
We try to get
wow.
at least one in a box, and if we have enough, we'll put 2 in. So it's been, and we have BOCES programs, and the kids come, they stuff plastic bags, and then we put candies or mints inside of them. So it gives them a little something from home.
That's very nice. That's nice.
And then we put in our boxes as well. It's a star, and it's cut out from retired flags. And it says, I'm a part of our American flag that has flown over the USA. I can no longer fly. The sun and wind caused me to become tattered and torn. Please carry me as a reminder that you are not forgotten. American pride.
So you can see quickly that this empty box starts to become a gift. It's not just a box that things are thrown in and sealed and sent off. When somebody packs these boxes, Carol and Ed have been there many, many years for us. Something happens. You pick up the box, you're picking out certain things, something, you put it together, you get your cards and your letters on top, you bring it to the table, it's checked, our letter is put on top, and then you just see people waiting there to see it sealed and a name put on it, and then it's ready for the post office to pick up. Carol's a witness of this, and Ed, it's just... something happens, it's that good feeling. So along with those cards and letters, there is one special card here. I hope I can find it. Oh, here it is. All right. So this is handmade. I mean, it looks like a Hallmark card, right? And it's a little heavy, but it's a personal card with all their messages inside.
Oh, wow. Look at
And some of you know already, a little baggie filled with American soil. Not something from Home Depot or Lowe's, but from people's backyards. And on it says, sending you a little bit of American soil so you don't feel so far from home. Again, part of the gift. A couple years ago, we got a letter from a Marine medic who was in combat, and he told us that he carried it in his backpack. And if there were any casualties, or if there was any men and women that needed his attention, he would place it underneath them so they would either pass or be attended on American soil. So this, every time I talk about it. So this box that we're sending out, and we do it all year. After this will be Operation Cupid, and then we do March into Spring, so we don't stop. But this is our biggest time of the year. I want to give you a few facts and figures. Wrong one. And I know that you're going to say, why? Why do you have to pay for the boxes? We pay about on an average of $15 a box just for shipping. When we put a name on it, it has to go through the Postal Service. And we live in a society where our neighbors and friends and companies need to be paid. That's either FedEx or the post office. And so although we have researched every avenue to try to get free shipping, it just doesn't happen with what our mission is. So it costs about $15 a box. I'm not here recruiting money. People want to know that, so I tell them. So if you take 36,000 boxes at $15 a box, we've already shelled out $540,000, and I don't mean we, our community, just for shipping. and we average about $50. Each box contains around $50 on the average. Some are more, some a little less of what is in the box. And so at $50, at 36,000 boxes, that's $1,800,000 that has been sent to United for the Troops and sent over to our men and women serving our country. So it's an incredible effort by everybody. Yorktown has been a big asset to us. I know we have a box out here. We have a wish list, and I wish I should have brought them for everybody. But simply, if you watch this or get any information, our website is unitedforthetroops.org. All our information is there. My name is there. My phone number is there. That's my personal cell phone number. You can call anytime. We have 1,200 people on our email list. It's not people from, it's just people that ask to be on our email list. And so we keep turning over our volunteers and our volunteers. Doing things at home, raising things at home, making cards, crocheting, anything like that. We are doing this 7 days a week, all year long. So if you're interested in it, please go there. Take my phone number down. If you know what it is, 845-729-4239. I'll answer the phone. I'll get back to you. We're so happy that we're here. This is how we keep doing things because of you. St. Pat's, we were there 2 weeks ago. The senior center, we pulled away with an entire van load of donations. Am I correct? Every year we're there. We were just at Seton Seniors. I expected maybe to get, 9 or 10 bags. I kept coming out, going in, coming out, going in. Unbelievable. Must have been 40 or 50 bags of donations to fill up the van. That's how it works. So we have to be very close with our donations because we just can't send glass. We can't send big items over there. Just what fits in here. So we're very, very fortunate to have people do that. We also have an Amazon site. You can go to United for the Troops on Amazon, pick out, we have things that we need, especially bing, 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 pay for it, and it comes right to the front door. There are mornings I get up in the morning and I got to move around the stuff on the front porch and slide it over, but it's a wonderful way that it works, and it's all volunteers, and it's all about you people. So thank you again very much for having us here. If there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
And I assume it would be okay, Jim, if people forgot to bring things in today. We do have a box out there that you could stop by and leave it here at Town Hall, or when you come next month at your meeting, you could bring them here and I'll make sure that he gets them, because I know it's a long time between now and then, and we do forget. So the holidays are coming. You know, it would be nice for us to really send them off with quite a few packages. So if you've forgotten to bring it today to bring your stuff, you can bring it in anytime. Leave it at Town Hall. I notice there's a box out there, or bring it at your next meeting in December, and I'll give you a call. Okay?
You're hired. Another thing is that we get names from all over the country, but we deal mostly with deployed military. Things have changed with the way we have to ship things overseas. I'm not going to get into it, but it's very involved now. So we have changed our mission a little bit. We also are sending domestic boxes to what's that? Coast Guard. Oh, Coast Guard and National Guard. They're not home. They're in New Mexico or they're in Montana from New York, so they're by themselves also. So if you know anybody that's deployed, especially, get back to us. There's a list to fill out on our website. If it's too hard for you to do and you're not sure how to do it, just give me a call. I'll pick up the phone and I'll work you through it. So we especially need names. There are so many out there and we forget. We forget. So let's not forget them. And when we get cards and letters back, when people pick out the cards, when they're finished with their box, we have somebody at the card table to say, okay, please don't read 10 more cards. You can't keep reading these cards. They were just absolutely beautiful. So they do their cards and they go on. So there's so many different ways to help, and I'll be able to work you through that whenever you give me a call.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And Jim, when you go out there, there's, I think, some boxes on the bottom of the table, or I think I had a bag there which I had told you I'd gotten. So look at the bottom of the table. There's a couple of things back there. And if you forget them, don't worry about it. I'll get them to you.
Thank you
okay?
very much.
All right, thank you, thank you. Okay, you're on your way, Ed, huh, before I even call you. Okay. Everyone knows Ed Lackerman, our supervisor.
How's everyone doing today? Thank you all for coming in. These are some really important things, and I actually work with the groups that have been here, and I'm going to talk about another group, but something Jim sort of mentioned, but I don't know if you all got the gist of it. When he said it's the volunteers and it's all volunteer, he literally means no one in the organization receives a dime for what they do. Everyone does this out of their love for the troops and serving their community. So, Jenny, when he hired you, you get double what you make for doing this.
Great, I appreciate it.
And it is quite an amazing and touching thing, like you said about the soil. I still tear up when you talk about that, Jim. It's just what this means. And Jim has a video which I was hoping you would show today, but if you go to YouTube or go to the United for the Troops website, there's a link for it, and it's an amazing video, and it sort of gives you a history of everything, and with Luke and trying to, and how this got started, and just the dedication, and it's really the entire Ratchmit family and Van Slyke family that contributes to this and makes sure that it keeps going, and the great volunteers. I have volunteered to do the lipstick on the box, but Jim didn't like my shade, so I've sort of gotten iced out on that one. Also, with Major Sheridan's presentation, the Four Chaplains is traditionally the first Sunday of every month, of every February, that they do that. So this year it would be February 1st. I believe it starts at 1 p.m. And afterwards they do something called Post Everlasting, where they take the cards of any Legion member who passed over the past year, or if they had passed and you hadn't gotten, they put them into an old metal helmet and do a ceremony and burn those cards, which is also a very touching tribute to those that have served and passed. There are two groups that if you haven't served, but for men, if your fathers or grandfathers served, we have the Sons of the American Legion, which I am also a member of. I do service in honor of my dad, who served during Korea. Also, I have a lot of relatives who have served in the past, so I remember all of them as we do this service. And recently, our Post 1009 has started an auxiliary. Now, it's not a women's auxiliary, it is an auxiliary. And I believe that these standards are a little different, where it's a little, you don't have to be a direct, father, grandfather serving there. It could be other family members. So if you're interested in doing that, it's nice. They do not have a true canteen except on Friday nights, but on Friday evenings they have the post open. They have a happy hour. They have some food. They have some drink, and they have a lot of great company, which is what it's really about. So with that, I was asked to speak a little bit about the Honor Flight. Most of the organizations I work with are 100% volunteer. And I do believe Honor Flight has a paid executive director, but what they do on a scale is unbelievable. Every year they have flights down to Washington, D.C., and they do this for veterans. We go out, Macau and I have done it 3 times out of Westchester. They usually have somewhere around 80 to 100 veterans. Each veteran has a guardian. The guardian actually pays for the privilege of going down, which is definitely, in my eyes, worth it. We've done it 3 times. The first year I had a Korean War veteran, Bert. Bert was a member of my. I used to do a veteran social at the country house. And Bert was unbelievable. He had been fighting Alzheimer's for at least a decade and was still very sharp because he would do all these word exercises and puzzles and kept himself involved. I remember sitting there. Now, when you go, you get a shirt, you're on a flight, the number of the flight, and you get a little nameplate. So I was at the Korean War Memorial with Bert, and all of a sudden a bunch of tourists walked by and started clapping, shaking his hand, bowing. And as the last one came through, we asked, they said, what was that about? And they pointed at his tag, and it said Korean War veteran. And I said, we're all South Korean.
Wow.
It was
Touching.
it was quite a sight. So that's just a highlight of what happens. So with the Hudson Valley Honor Flight and all the honor flights, they fly the veteran down for free. This year, what do we pick up at 5:30 a.m., Carol? We had 3 veterans between the two of us. It's usually one-on-one, but since we've been on it a few times and have handled multiple veterans each, they asked us to take care of 3 veterans, all Vietnam veterans. Unfortunately, this year, all very mobile. Last time we went, all 3 of them ended up in wheelchairs by the end of the day because it was such an exhausting day, and it was a little hard to push 2 wheelchairs around D.C. We got help from some of the armed forces that volunteer for that down there. But we started at 5:30 with pickups, get to the airport. I believe 7 o'clock you board the plane after a ceremony at one of the terminals. Then you fly to D.C. They have some different things. As the plane goes out, you land in D.C., you walk through the airport. There are people there to greet the veterans. After that, they take you on a tour of specific monuments, not necessarily in the order, but the World War II monument, Iwo Jima monument, a memorial, the Air Force memorial. Some of them you just drive past, some of them you go to. You'd go to World War II, you go to the Lincoln Memorial, and on either side of the Lincoln Memorial, you have either the Vietnam Wall or the Korean War Monument, and both are outstanding tributes to our armed forces. After that, you go to, not necessarily after that, but in this case we went to the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery, and you're there for a ceremony. You will know that the soldiers on guard duty cannot acknowledge other soldiers, but they have found a way around that. When you're there, especially with a veteran group, if you hear the soldier who's marching and guarding scrape his heel on the ground, that is a tribute to those that are sitting there that have served.
Wow.
You have dinner and you fly home. There's some special things that I'm not going to talk about in case you know anyone who's going on it, but it is truly, truly an experience. It costs $0 for the veteran. They've paid their bill already by their service, so there is no charge for them. In the back, I have applications, the handwritten ones if you want. There's also a small page, well, it's a full-size page with a small little bit on top of it. If you're good on the computer and want to go online, you can go right to their website and take care of that. They have an application for the veteran going. There's also an application for a guardian. And you could try to, if you're a veteran or a guardian, you could say, hey, I want to go with Major Mike when he goes, and put that in, and you can be his guardian. And that's how we've done it the last few times, and it is truly an experience, and especially sharing it. The only thing they will not let happen is it can't be a husband and wife. It could be another family member, but a wife can't go as a husband's guardian and vice versa. They want that experience to be a little different, and I think the familiarity might take a little bit away. But really, truly a tremendous thing. If you are not a veteran and you do not feel you can be a guardian, I'm sure you know veterans, and I'm sure you know people who want to pay tribute to the military. So I highly encourage you to look into this. It is one of the outstanding things that say thank you and welcome home, whereas we've had some of our military that have not experienced that. Especially now, the majority of the people going on the flights are Vietnam veterans, and what it means to them, you just can't put a price on it. Other than that, I was asked to talk about a few things coming up for December, and I got a few other things. When I get put on the spot like that, I like to try to get a little extra.
Okay. I just thought it would be nice, since he was up there, that he would tell us about some of the free activities that are going on in the town for us seniors to enjoy for the month of December.
Yes.
So,
Well, I have a couple things in November too that could be helpful.
okay.
Not necessarily so much fun, but let me try to start in order here. It looks like November 25th, there is actually one-on-one Medicare counseling at the library. It's a program they have, and it's available from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I believe you have to sign up for that, and you should be able to find the information on the John C. Hart Memorial Library page. I believe we have that link right on the yorktownny.gov page as well. When we get into December, on December 3rd, they're, along with the Medicare, they're doing Social Security, and that's a seminar that's going to run from 4:30 to 7:30 on December 3rd. On December 5th, there is, and this has nothing to do with the fact that this is a senior meeting, 1920s speakeasy murder mystery and clue party from 6 to 7, and that is on Friday, December 5th. On December 6th, we will have our Yorktown Heights Holiday Lights Parade. Our Parks and Rec do a phenomenal job with that. I see Jim sitting right here. A lot of planning goes into it. I think, what have we had, 3 meetings here in the boardroom. You've been signing people up. Lot of safety, a lot of precautions. We extended the time a little bit and spoke to Monsignor Gianderco. You will have a shorter homily that night, and not have to so you could get out of church before we close the roads. So,
Well, that'll help.
Yes. So we really do a lot of planning to make this work good, and the Monsignor was very happy to have the heads up and know to
Flyer on that?
do that. Jim, do you have a flyer? It's in the senior. Okay, great. And then a week later, normally on the Saturday, but this year it's going to be on a Friday night, will be the tree lighting ceremony at the John C. Hart Memorial Library over by Shrub Oak. That's a tree that Tom Diana had planted twice, because the first one didn't hold, but they do a holiday lights tree lighting over there, and that's a really nice ceremony. You have some of the local businesses with hot cider or hot chocolate and cookies, and
You have a copy?
they have some activities at the library for the kids. Usually they have a chorus singing. I think this year they might actually have the Lakeland Chorus. They've been working on it. Unfortunately, the 2 that they've used the last couple of years are not available. But it's a lot of fun and a great thing. And one of the beautiful things about that ceremony, it's very grassroots. It was started by a group of longtime Okies from Shrub Oak, and they really. It's really great to see the community get together on that.
What was the date on that again?
Friday, December 12th, I believe, starting at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. And other than wishing everyone a very happy Thanksgiving, I think that about wraps up for me.
Well, I really thank you very, very much. I thought it was the flight is very interesting. We've taken it, my husband and
Oh,
my husband.
unbelievable.
Yeah, they're
And
unbelievable.
really tell them, whoever's going, and my husband may hear us, and my daughter, when she went, because she went as the aide, she said, "You do nothing but cry." It's so emotional.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful that they couldn't even, and they give you everything.
Well, I just want you to know, these aren't tears, it's just my allergies, actually.
Yeah, okay. But Ed, also, when you call, this is very important, like I had a call, they said, the veteran needs to take nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
Not even if they're using plastic underwear and all. And they suggest, you don't say you need a wheelchair, but they will get one for you because, as you said at the end of the meeting, whatever it is, everyone needs a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So these are all things they should know.
And actually, when you go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, you get better seating in a
Yeah.
wheelchair.
Yep.
So it definitely does help.
So if any of you know of anyone that is eligible for that trip, you have to go. You have to take them. It's unbelievable.
And
Thank you, Ed.
1 second, and I'll get right to you, Deborah. And one thing I'll say, they also do use cards. So if you're getting them made up for Jimmy, you could get some for Honor Flight, especially if you know the veteran. But those cards are amazing on both ends. And I've seen videos of the people getting the cards for United for the Troops. And sometimes, they could be in a place where you have zero of the conveniences that we send, and the most important thing they got was that card. So it is truly amazing. Did Jim bolt out the door already?
Yeah.
Oh, he's sitting next to my wife, it figures.
And I really just have to add one more thing, because what Ed told you before, there were many surprises during that trip, and none of us are going to tell you what they are. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Unbelievable.
Deborah?
I mean, even if you don't go, when your person with our husbands, you cried with them, and it. No words can say what it is, but if you know anyone that's eligible for that trip, please take an application. I don't know when the next flight is, but whenever
Probably
it
in May.
is, it's well worth it.
I think it's in May.
Yeah, I had to have a speaker come and talk about that because it's just unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, well, I know Deborah had something.
You mentioned to those people that can't go. I know there's an age limit for guardians to go to escort the folks on the flight, but I believe, you tell me if I'm wrong, you can either go to the airport
I was just
either
gonna
before
mention it.
or after,
Yes.
and there's that's very touching as
So
well.
yes, so thank you. And
Yeah.
and as Jeannie was talking about that, I'm thinking about that myself.
Just so much.
So you can go prior if you're a real early riser. You could go down to the airport. The buses get a motorcycle escort around to the terminal, and people are usually on the route there. And then there's this whole ceremony as they kick off. But then people come to the airport to welcome them home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, that thing that was missing for a lot of our
Don't tell them
veterans.
everything.
I'm
Don't
not
tell
telling them
everything.
everything. and that's great. And I will share one story. With the first flight we came off of, I ran into a friend of mine, Andrew Castellano. He has a marketing company, Shark Creative, and they do all this stuff with veteran services. And I saw him there, and I'm like, he doesn't have a table, he doesn't have his microphone. I'm like, what are you doing here? He said, well, my kids wanted to go to the movies and see one of the superhero movies. And he said, no, I'm going to take you to meet some real superheroes. And that was their day.
Wow.
And I have one quick question.
Yes, Maria.
Are there any veterans that would like to go and don't have any, what is the name that you call?
The Guardian,
Your guardian. And excuse
they
me.
don't need to have their own guardian. They will assign, if you have someone who wants to go and doesn't have a guardian, like when Carol and I went, we found out that these veterans, that a couple that I'm friends with, were going, and they didn't have someone to go with them. So we signed up and said we'd like to be there. So sometimes you find that, but if not,
Yeah.
you could just be assigned to someone. In fact, the first year Carol was assigned to a veteran because we had a veteran who did not think he could handle it emotionally, and he backed out of it. That was Tim. He was a submariner, and the war was very difficult for him. He was on one of the first nuclear subs, and he was fragile emotionally and did not think that he could
Handle it.
handle being on that with all the emotion. and backed
You're
out.
gonna have me crying now, but before we do that, if there is a veteran who wants to go,
Yes,
there will always be someone.
yes.
Be their guardian.
There will
Thank you.
always be guardians ready to go. And then they know there are people they could call like myself or Carol, and if we can make it, we will make it.
Good, that's important.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all.
We have Jim. Oh, Wendy, you want to come up now? Okay, fine. Thank you. Wendy from the New York Presbyterian Hudson Valley Hospital just has a few words to say to us today.
Yes, and thank you so much for putting me on the agenda. I feel humbled by everything that's going on. I want to let the town know how much New York Presbyterian Hudson Valley Hospital appreciate all of you, and we appreciate the wonderful service that our vets do. My dad and my grandfather were both veterans, and I cannot thank you enough for all that you do. We will talk more at the next meeting about some exciting things going on
Yes,
at the
right.
hospital, but I just basically came today to pay my respects and let you know how much
Thank
the
you.
veterans mean to us, as well as all of you. And I want to wish everybody a safe, peaceful, happy, and healthy Thanksgiving.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Wendy. And we'll see you next month. What?
I need one more minute.
Okay. One more minute he needs.
You might not know, but we do have a 4-star general sitting in the audience. That would be my wife, at least the way I look at things. So Carol just reminded me of an argument that you hear many times when you talk about the honor flight. I don't deserve to go,
Yeah.
is what you hear. And I always say this because I know the answer. When you signed your papers, when you filled out that blank check, did you know where you were going?
No.
No. So the odds are, as it takes, I believe, and Major Sheridan, correct me, I believe it's a 19-to-1 ratio to support someone in the field. So there are 19 people supporting every operative in the field, every soldier that has to go out in the field. So the odds are not everyone saw action, but you never knew when you signed that paper.
Right.
And to me, you know, playing Russian roulette, rolling the dice, whatever you want to call it, means that you've earned that right, regardless, and makes it much more clear that you do deserve to go, and that we hear it all the time. Matter of fact, one of our good friends in town, Roger Thompson, fought about that, and then he finally went, and he was very happy that he went. So yeah, that's I think actually Matt Slater was his guardian, and on our last flight, Matt was on our bus as a guardian for someone else. So it's really really something that it's great to see the people coming in and working, as well as getting to honor every veteran that gets on that flight. Thank you.
Thank you. We have just a couple more speakers that have a lot of information for you. So, Jim, could you please come up? Thank you. I think everyone knows Jim, who's in charge of Parks and Rec.
Hello.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
So on the agenda it says I'm here to talk about Patriot Park, but back in 2024, with the Yorktown Veteran Committee and the Yorktown Parks and Rec Commission, they changed the lower area to be the Veteran Memorial Circle.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's completely dedicated to our veterans down there. It has all of our historic war monuments there as well in that circle formation.
I'm sorry, I really didn't know that.
No, it's
I'm
okay. It's okay.
responsible for that.
We're here to talk about it and educate the public on the change. And you're not the only one that doesn't know that name change in that park. The skate park is still the
Skate park.
Patriot Skate Park, but we now have the Veteran Memorial Circle. While we were changing the name, the Yorktown Garden Club stepped up and revitalized that whole garden. An amazing organization. The Yorktown Garden Club is entering their 100th year of their organization. Let's hear it for the Garden Club on that. They did all the fundraising to beautify the garden all themselves. They did all the work there themselves. They helped us work on a grant for irrigation to keep those flowers up and beautiful. So we worked, with the town to get that grant with Ed and his office, and now we have irrigation in there as well.
And
So
excuse me, Jim, does everybody know where the park is? Because
Yeah.
it's so hidden that maybe some people don't know where
Sure.
it is.
So the Veteran Memorials Park is located to the left of Town Hall. If you're looking at Town Hall, right down the hill there, you can't miss it. It's a huge flagpole, and you just walk down the hill, and that actually leads you to the North County Trailway. So if you're running up and down the trailway, you can't miss this park. It's probably the most beautiful park along that trailway, which is the old Putnam line. If you've been here since the 50s, that used to be a train line that is no longer in existence. If you want to visit Yorktown, gardenclubofyorktown.org, gardenclubofyorktown.org. There's a whole history of the park on the website, as well as a way to join the Yorktown Garden Club. If you're interested out there and you want to join the garden club, please go on the website. And you can also donate towards future projects, as well as the continued project at the Veteran Memorial Circle. So that's that. I want to go through some other activities around town over the next few days and months, if you don't mind. We have our winter programs coming up. We have our Forever Fit programming, our dance and exercise program, knitting club, senior painting, and senior line dancing, all available for signups right now as we speak. So we want to get you signed up for that before they run out of space. We also have a bunch of really cool upcoming events. We have the Holiday Electric Light Parade on December 6th, as Ed mentioned. The tree lighting at the library at John C. Hart. That is December 12th. We have the Health and Wellness Fair at the JV Mall on January 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this is a cool one. So this is the Yorktown High School Swing Dance Concert. It's $10 for seniors, and that's going to take place on February 7th. You do need to sign up, I believe, ahead of time by calling 914-243-8050. Once again, 914-243-8050. Yorktown puts on this big buffet, and they do this whole swing dance concert. It's a lot of fun. $10 for seniors, $15 for adults. So definitely go check that out if you do get a chance.
Could you give us the date again, December 12th?
For the swing dance or
The tree lighting.
the tree lighting, the Holiday Lights Parade is the 6th at 6:45 p.m. The tree lighting at Shrub Oak at the John C. Hart Library is 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on December 12th. And the Health and Wellness Fair is January 10th at the JV Mall from 10 to 2 p.m. And then the swing dancing concert is February 7th. And then over at the John C. Hart Library, coming up on November 22nd, we have the Yarn-O-Rama. And if you like yarn crafts, that's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And definitely reach out to the library. You can find their website on the town page. And last but not least, this is a Diana kind of project here. You have a new exhibit at the museum. You want to talk a little bit about that, or do you want me to mention it? Because my mother loves it. Yeah. So it's Bibles of Yorktown at the Yorktown Museum. It has on display books from some of the founding families of Yorktown and all the old Bibles. It's a really cool exhibit, really worth checking out. That's at the Albert A. Capellini Cultural and Community Center. So if you do have the time to stop by the museum, it's definitely worth checking out. Diana, thanks for putting that together. Just a great thing. So that's all the news that's fit to print.
For that?
Diana, do you have the times for that the museum's open?
Thank you.
The museum is open 8 to 4, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
The date. The date.
Any date, right, Diana? Any weekday.
Bibles are there, just
The
Monday.
Bibles are on exhibit there, so they'll be up until we change it to the next one. Yeah.
Yep. So the next few months, any Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, go check that out at the community center. really a cool exhibit and worth checking out.
All right, thank you.
That's all I got for you.
So the garden club isn't coming. You made the announcement for the garden club, right?
I did make the announcement for the garden club. Once again, if you're looking to join the garden club or have interest in seeing the projects that they have up and coming,
have one more
that is going to be gardenclubofyourtown.org. Gardenclubofyourtown.org. That has all their information to join or donate.
All right, just give me one moment, please. We have one more, I know it's late, we have one more speaker, but we have a little surprise after the speaker. Amy, did you want to come up? It's just going to be a brief, very brief. It's just something that I felt that everybody should know. Do you want to go, now to the door? Will you be there? Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name's Amy Garcia. I am the Community Marketing Liaison for North Westchester Restorative Therapy. We are a skilled nursing facility located on Lexington in Mohegan Lake. First, I know we're running a little over, but I did want to extend my gratitude and our gratitude for all the veterans that are present today and that are watching this. We greatly appreciate all that you have done for our country, past, present, and future. That being said, I'm here just to present, and the information's in the back. North Westchester Restorative has partnered up with Tunnel to Towers. So any first responder, and many of whom are veterans as well, any first responder, police officer, firefighter, EMS, whoever was involved with 9/11, directly or indirectly, there's the World Trade Center Health Program. It's a special benefit program for the first responders of 9/11. That being said, our facility now has a contract with this health program. So if you, a loved one, family member, have the World Trade Center benefit and is in need of a short-term rehab stay, we can accept that. So it's basically another form of insurance. If anybody has any additional questions, I'll hang out for a bit because I said I wanted to keep it brief like I promised. And that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful, safe, blessed, filling Thanksgiving. That's what it's all about, is feeling gratitude for what we have. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy.
As usual, we do have flyers out there for you to pick up that has a lot of information. Amy was sweet enough to make us some cookies for when you leave. When you leave, Serafina will be there, so you can pick up a nicely decorated cookie. I hope you enjoyed our program. We were very, very happy to present it and to remember all of our veterans. So please have a wonderful, wonderful, healthy, happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you here next week. Okay, I mean next month, not next week, next month, the third Friday of the month, and it is December 19th, okay? Thank you so much.
Jenny,